Welcome to Beardy, Bruce Lee Central.
The decision was made by the producers to say that he had died at home. When that news got out that he had not died at home, the tabloid press went crazy, but my mom knew, make it bigger and crazier than it needed to be.
Hey everybody, it's Beardy here. What's going on, guys? So Linda Lee was Bruce Lee's wife, and now she's called Linda Lee Cadwell, but back in those days she was called Linda Lee, and she basically reveals everything about Bruce Lee in this interview. So here you go, guys, enjoy.
I am Linda Lee Cadwell, and I was married to Bruce for 9 years, from 1964 to 1973. In 1973, that's when Enter the Dragon was released, and it was also the year that Bruce passed away at the age of 32, just a few weeks before the film's release. He would be thrilled to know that Enter the Dragon is still being shown and appreciated 46 years after it was made. And of course we know the reason why it is so popular, because of Bruce's charismatic performance. The making of Enter the Dragon was a seminal moment in Bruce's life. We were living in Los Angeles in the 60s, where Bruce taught Kung Fu, and he also appeared in several films and television shows, including as Kato in The Green Hornet. However, it was difficult for him to break into the Hollywood circuit as an established actor because of prejudice towards him being Chinese. The studios said that a Chinese leading man in a film was not acceptable. So Bruce set out to prove them wrong. So in the early 70s, we moved to Hong Kong, where Bruce made 3 movies which were overwhelmingly popular and caught the attention of Hollywood. And so it happened that Enter the Dragon was the first co-production of an American film studio and a Hong Kong company. Bruce felt certain that this film would gain him entry into the worldwide market of entertainment as an actor, as a director, a writer, or producer, as it surely would have had he lived to see it.
He had an aneurysm, or the death hands got him, or, you know. Forensic scientists from around the world came up with the conclusion that he had had a hypersensitive reaction to this medication that he had been given for a headache, and that had caused the fluid on his brain, and that he had succumbed to that. Still something that people cannot believe.
He liked to watch his Chinese, Cantonese movies on TV, mainly because he didn't like so much the movie, as he would be studying the techniques they were using and to see what they did good and what they did bad, and so what he could use. Not only Cantonese movies, but any kind of movies.
What about the fighting movies, the Chinese boxing movies for Wong Fei-hung? Does he like that?
Yeah, he likes to watch it, yeah. He could pick out what he shouldn't do because it didn't look very good, or what, or the other way around too, what was good, Besides that, he liked to watch those movies because he knows most of the people in those movies, and he often worked with them when he was a child.
Coming back to the music, Linda, I see that Bruce likes Sergio Mendes a lot. Any particular reason for that? Because
of the beat. Bruce can dance really well. Yeah, he was, in fact, in 1958, I think he was the Cha-Cha King of Hong Kong. Right. Yeah, and so he really likes music that you can move by. And he used to put music like this on and jump around the room and spar and do movements, trying to get a flow going.
Does he find that the two go together?
Before it comes, you have already to, your response is often before you have been attacked. You have to be that quick. He was, anyway.
And what about your son, Linda, Brandon? I believe he is also quite a martial artist himself.
Well, he's very, very physical. He's very strong. He can do some elementary things like side kicks, and I believe he did that on television. But Bruce didn't feel it's the right time for him to go into detailed study of Jeet Kune Do, which is what Bruce called his style of fighting, because it takes some discipline of mind as well as body. So he started Brandon in judo, not because he believes judo is a good defensive way of fighting, but more because it involves bodily contact and because you learn to handle your own body.
And so would you say that Brandon is good enough to look after himself?
Depends. Look after himself from who? I mean,
if he gets into a fight, I mean.
With another 8-year-old, to say? Definitely. More than able. He's proved it on more than one account. He's very much like Bruce. Like if anyone does something wrong, for instance, one time my son and my daughter were playing at another child's house, and this other boy pushed my daughter down, and Brandon took after him and really beat the dickens out of him. He wouldn't stop. He's very defensive of what belongs to him.
Does he love his little sister a lot?
Oh, definitely. Of course, they have their arguments, and they fight about toys and everything like that, normal. But when I'm not around, when nobody's around, he takes very, very good care of her. He, even now, when they are in Canada together, and I'm not there, even though my sister is the one that's acting as the mommy, he is the one that looks after her very, very closely, makes sure everything is right for her.
Are you going to encourage him to carry on with this kung fu?
Oh, yes, I don't know well, Bruce has one assistant instructor in Seattle that who studied with Bruce for quite a few years. So he will be able to carry on Brandon's training. For now, until Brandon's a little bit older, he can carry on with judo. He's just become a yellow belt, so he can carry on a little more with that. But he will be physically active in everything. Bruce and I, besides martial arts, Bruce and I both loved gymnastics. And we'd like to encourage Brandon as well as Shannon to go into that.
Now, Linda, Kung Fu is not really the title or the name that Bruce described his fighting.
No, he didn't actually call it Kung Fu. The actual name he used was Jeet Kune Do, but he didn't actually like to have a name or a style branded on his way of fighting, because he felt that fighting is something that evolves of itself. It happens you react to something not in a way you've been taught or in a stylized way, but in a way that fits the appropriate time. And so he hated to be labeled with a certain style, but the name he used was Jeet Kune Do.
What does that actually mean?
The actual translation is stopping fist way, or intercepting fist way.
But now he has been branded with the title Kung Fu.
Well, Kung Fu is really a general term.
Impossible Dream by Tom Jones. What does that mean to you?
Actually, it means, I think, that nothing is impossible. The name of the song happens to be Impossible Dream, but Bruce never said anything was impossible. He always tried harder or reached out for the highest. He reached for the star, He made his dreams come true. He didn't wait for an opportunity to come along. He made his own opportunities. Bruce believed that each new day should be a day of discovery, that yesterday is passed by and tomorrow is not yet here. We should live in the present. And that's why every day should be a new day of creation. And this song, if you listen closely to the words, it explains how you should notice the little things that are around you every day that you take for granted, but are really what make up the real world.
Now, I believe Samuel Hui and his wife Rebu are very close friends of yours, Linda. Any reason for the song Morning After?
Well, I love the song. I love it more because Sam sings it. But I think, there's 3 ways of saying why I like the Morning After. One is because I believe that Bruce has passed into a world of a new morning, a new world, say. He's left this darkness of this world and gone into a brighter world. Another is because now I have to find my new morning. I have to start again.